Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Janelle. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome if this is one of your first time clicking on one of my videos. I am very much so happy to have you here with me today as well. So before I get into this video, you guys, I just woke up probably like 30 minutes ago. Starting yesterday, I was not feeling too well. I did work a turn trip yesterday, and during the flight coming back, I just started to feel off, and I have a very sore throat right now. The weather is definitely changing. I have been in a lot of cold climates lately, and I'm in Jersey, and the weather in Jersey is definitely chilly. So I definitely feel like I might be needing some tender love and care right now. So I'm gonna make some tea, take you guys through that process with me, and then I'll come back on camera and tell you what I have in store for today. This tea, you guys, so freaking good. There's so many things out there that you can implement into your regimen that will really work wonders for your life. Like, I'm a huge advocate for herbs, tea, and just consuming things that grow naturally from the earth that can bring you a lot of healing, joy, and relaxation. Using things that come from the earth, like, it's so exciting. I love it. I love creating things in my kitchen, and it's just so fun too. So it's just like a whole little ritual that I go through. So not only just consuming tea, but the practice of making it. And y'all hear that? It is windy and cold here in Jersey. But yeah, the whole process of me making it is super fun and relaxing. So I just love doing that in the morning or even anytime throughout the day. So yes, this tea is really good, and it's already soothing my throat. Like, I love it, and it smells so yummy. I'm gonna enjoy this tea now. And as you guys saw, I gave you a little glimpse of the book that I've been reading, and I'm gonna journal a little bit, and then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna come back on camera and talk to you guys some more. All right, I got my self-care in for the morning. So today, I have a 2-day trip that I was assigned yesterday, and it was crazy because I got it assigned during the time that I was still working my previous trip. So I had a 1-day trip yesterday. It was a turn. I went from Newark to Santiago back to Newark, and before I even landed in Newark, they already gave me my pairing that I'm gonna start today, which was interesting because they usually don't give it until, you know, you've completed your current trip, just to make sure that there was no delays, cancellations, or anything like that. So that was interesting. They were like, it's holiday season, we assigning things right now just so we can get things covered. That's my assumption. Today I'm supposed to go from Newark to San Antonio, Texas, San Antonio to Denver, and then I have a 15-hour layover in Denver, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to deadhead tomorrow from Denver back here to Newark. So I need to be at the airport at 11:30 for check-in. It's currently 9:15. The bus I need to get on comes at 10:07 actually. I have to get on an earlier bus because the way that the schedule is working out. The one after 10:07 would get me there at like 11:25, and that's not enough time to go through KCM, and in case I get random, we ain't got time to be late. So that being said, it's 9:15. I'm going to get my stuff together and get ready to head to the bus stop. So I probably won't record me getting ready and all that jazz because yeah, I have like 45 minutes to do all of that. All right, y'all, I'm walking to the bus stop. Don't have much time to chat, so my bag. See, this is why I shouldn't be recording right now. Okay, see you guys at the airport. Bye. Okay guys, I made it to the airport. I'm about to walk inside right now and head to KCM. It is raining right now, so I'm gonna put my phone away. Okay, so update, our pilots have not landed yet, so we are going to be starting the boarding process a little bit later than expected. They're supposed to land at 12:30. It's 11:47. However, the supervisor at the gate said that they may possibly land at 1 p.m. So I am about to walk back outside to the terminal and get some food because I'm starving. We have meals on this flight for us today, but I don't want what they have, so I'm getting something else. I'm walking back onto the aircraft now. I had to sit down and eat some of my food because I was waiting on another agent to get back to the gate to let me back on to the jet bridge. But you guys, I just had the coolest moment happen as I'm waiting on my food order. Tell me why I ran into a flight attendant named Tina, who was based in Cleveland when I was in Cleveland, and she was so sweet. She was like one of the first flight attendants that I met. Always be so considerate, give me rides home, and she's just so sweet. And I remember I seen her maybe a day or two before I left Cleveland, and she was saying how it was so nice that we met each other and that I had such a great experience. And I said likewise. I told her I would see her again. I'm sure our paths would cross again, and lo and behold, today they did. You guys, I was so happy to see her. I gave her like 10 hugs because I was just so excited to see her face. We caught up, and I'm like, man, it's amazing how God works. Like, I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to step off the plane and go get food, but had I not made that decision, I would have not seen Tina. So wow, I'm so grateful. That just made my morning. But anyway, back onto the aircraft to finish this food. Still waiting on the pilots. I'll give you an update once they're here. Okay, y'all, update time. So we were originally supposed to leave at 12:30. It is 2 p.m. We still have no pilots. We had started boarding. We thought we were gonna have pilots, but one of the pilots had called in fatigued. So now they're trying to find a replacement. Guys, but what can you do, you know? Just hope for the best, but roll the punches if things don't work out the way that you ideally want them to. It's part of the job. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll be leaving soon. So I went to the customer service agent area with our unaccompanied minor that we had on board. As soon as I get out there, it's a bunch of passengers that were on the plane asking me questions and for updates, and I'm just like, you guys, I'm trying to help you and tell you what I can, but I understand it's difficult to have your flight delayed and not know any information or if you're gonna make it home. So I really tried my best to console and do what I could, and it seemed like people were responsive to it and appreciative of me getting off the plane with them and trying to answer what I could. So fingers crossed that we'll be leaving, and I'll come back on camera when I have an update. But for now, I'm going back on the aircraft to sit down and take these hills off. Still waiting. Nap time. Alright, so I had to do a voiceover because the next clip got deleted somehow, so I have to fill you guys in on what happened. So we finally left Newark around 7:30 p.m. and we landed in San Antonio at 11:30 p.m. When we landed, we had no hotel, no accommodations, call lines were backed up, so we made multiple attempts to try and reach someone at cruise scheduling, and you'll see in the following clips how this unfolded. Okay, an update, you guys. I am still at the airport. Have yet to get in contact with cruise scheduling. It is 4:24 in the morning. I was just on hold with them again, and the call hung up after being on hold for 4 hours and 3 minutes. So yeah, my other crewmate is calling again now, so we're waiting to see what's gonna happen. But I'm so tired and I don't even know what to say right now, but I'm gonna check in with you guys a little later. Okay, bye.
Is different. Please review the safety card in your seatbelt.
Finally back in Newark, and it is almost 9 p.m. Hey y'all. So I'm back in Jersey now. I am still pretty tired, but I woke up probably like 30 minutes ago out of my sleep, and I was like, you know what, let me get up and close out this vlog and then go back to sleep after. Today is December 25th. It's actually Christmas Day. I had so much going on with this trip, as you guys could probably tell from the clips that I was able to gather. I'm here now on camera to just kind of let you guys know exactly what was going on. All right, so dating back to Friday is when the trip began. Our first flight from Newark to San Antonio was delayed about 8 hours. Honestly, like that first flight from Newark to San Antonio was super rough because of it being the holiday, the delay, and just kind of up and down with whether or not we were leaving at a certain time, who was gonna get us there. It was a lot, and I know the company was trying to do their best with keeping people updated, but you know, they go off of what they have, and those things do and can change in this industry, especially with all the factors that were coming into play. And so working that flight to San Antonio was really rough. Like, we had a lot of customers who were frustrated, and rightfully so. You know, they were thinking they're gonna get to their destination at a certain time, and it got pushed back extremely. So I get it, but I'm human and I have emotions, and I do sometimes get flustered, or I do sometimes just need to take a deep breath. And y'all, I had to take a deep breath. Like, I had a moment where I had to go into the lavatory and lock myself in there for a few minutes and decompress. Like, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do and get creative, because you definitely don't want to have a meltdown or have a moment in front of a passenger. But you know, sometimes we have situations where people are taking out their frustration on us. It happens pretty often. I'm sure you see it online, especially in seasons like this where there are delays and cancellations, and we are the people that has to kind of address these issues on the plane. And a lot of times we don't even have the information that they're looking for. Like, a lot of times the customers and the flight attendants get the same information. So we try to really do our best to ease people and try and meet accommodations and things that they may need when we are delayed. I can say that it gets real sometimes, especially, you know, when we're tired too. You know, when you're delayed a long time, the flight attendants start our day pretty early. Like, our check-in was at 11:30, but I'm up earlier than that to prepare to get ready to the airport, especially since I don't have my own vehicle. I have to rely on public transportation and aligning with the bus schedule. So we're up pretty early, and we have long days, and especially if you're coming from a trip prior to the one that you're currently on that's delayed. Like, I worked the day before, and just this month in general I worked a lot. So yeah, I was tired too. It's not to say that I don't love my job, so I still very much so love my job. I'm not gonna quit after this incident, and I do love the company that I work for, but a lot of factors that come into this job, a lot of things that are unexpected, a lot of things that can be frustrating, and especially around busy seasons. So I just want you to be very aware of some of the things that you may have to deal with. When we finally got to San Antonio, they were anticipating that we would be originally leaving sooner so we could still complete the second leg of the trip, which would have been from San Antonio to Denver. But because the flight was significantly delayed, it created a scenario where the flight attendants were not going to be able to work that route from San Antonio to Denver because we would have been illegal as far as how long we would have been on duty for that day on Friday. So they delayed the flight from San Antonio to Denver for Saturday morning. But obviously that didn't happen because by the time we landed at the airport, we were not assigned any hotel accommodations. So usually when that happens, it does happen pretty often, I would say, because pairings do fall apart sometimes. And what I mean by that is when there are cancellations or delays or reroutes, there are not hotel rooms assigned in certain destinations where the crew was not originally expected to lay over at. So the crew scheduling and the hotel operations have to get those accommodations pretty much figured out for us. But if they're not aware that we're delayed because of all the backup and congestion of what's going on in the airline as it relates to cancellations, delays, weather, and all these calls are backlogged, they probably had no idea that we were significantly delayed and having to stay over in San Antonio. So we had no hotel and we're trying to reach crew scheduling. The call wait times were ridiculous, you guys. There was just a lot going on. I understand that the call times were long and the busyness of the holiday and all the things that contributed to the situation that we were in, but I was super frustrated. We had such a long day and we just wanted to sleep. Mind you, there is an option for us to do what they call self-help, to where we're able to book our own hotel and the company reimburses us later down the line. However, as flight attendants decided that that's not what we wanted to do because there is a financial component that plays into that, and there's no telling exactly how long it's going to take to get reimbursed. We didn't know how much the room was going to cost, and we just really felt like the company needed to take care of that for us. But the downside of that is that we clearly stayed around in the airport trying to reach someone from the company to get us accommodations. So it turned into us having to contact our union to figure out some options and things that we can do and how to actually get in contact with someone. So some of you are probably thinking, wait, did they really stay in the airport from 11:30 p.m. until I think our flight left San Antonio to go to Newark at 2:05 p.m. the next day? Yes, you heard that correct. We stayed in the airport the entire time. I know some of you are probably thinking they should have still got a hotel, but we didn't, okay? We stayed in the airport because we were not trying to get our own room, and we shouldn't have had to get our own room. So please don't leave a comment about that, because I know that's gonna irk me. So I'm just letting you know, okay? Oh, I also want to say that my situation that I was going through, I don't want to say that it's something to expect to happen, but I do want to say that if it does happen, don't be really surprised because of the industry that you're working in and just how busy things can get and how chaotic things can get. Like, if you have the ability to self-help, absolutely do so, because your rest is important. All that time that we were in the airport, we were clearly super tired and uncomfortable and would want to be in a warm bed with a hot shower, all that jazz. But it just depends on you as a person. Like, if you are someone who really is big on standing on principle and allowing a company that's supposed to be doing certain things for you to do those things, by all means stand on that. If you're someone who is okay with taking things into your own hands and going a route to make yourself more comfortable in that moment, by all means do so. It's honestly your choice in that regard of the whole self-help thing, because they will obviously reimburse you, but it's just kind of no telling how long that's gonna take, and you just have to be aware of like that whole process and what goes into that. I don't want to make it seem like there was no options. There were some, but for some people in their current situation, one option may be better than the other. So I just want to put that out there, okay? Oh, and also some people wanted to stay at the airport. I'm staying with the people that's staying at the airport, you know, because that's what I was comfortable with. Now, in hindsight, would I do that again? Probably not. But in that moment, in that situation, at that day and time, I did not feel okay leaving the airport and leaving my crew that were there. And I also, to be quite transparent with you, I didn't want to pay for a hotel. So I stayed, and that was my choice, and I'm okay in my choice. However, my choice to stay is not, I don't think that has any correlation to what should have happened and the accommodations that should have been made. I think that that's totally two separate things. That's not our responsibility to handle. So I do want to make that very clear. One thing that I really want to push and advocate, like if you are thinking about becoming a flight attendant, it is so true and it's not cliche. Know your contracts, know other avenues that you can go down, and like who to contact if you're in a situation where you can't directly get in contact with someone who is through a channel that you would typically go through to get in contact with someone. Example, crew scheduling. So me still being fairly new, I was so grateful that I had a more senior person that I was flying with that kind of were thinking about these things and like who to try to reach out to find solutions for us. And had I not flown with someone who was very well versed in those things, I think the situation would have been even worse than what it was. So I'm really grateful for that. So yes, just really pushing the fact that know your contract when you're going illegal, knowing how many hours you're supposed to be on duty, especially when things are backlogged. Things are not going to automatically all the time update on your device to let you know that you're illegal or to let you know that you are needing crew rest. So these things we're keeping track of on our own. So that's super important. Know what you're legal for, know what you're not legal for, because your rest is important. You have to get your self-care in, and you have to be efficient and well rested to be fit to fly. Fatigue is a real thing, and it really can impact your duties on an aircraft if you're not showing up the way that you should be able to show up to do your job, and making sure that you not only get passengers to their destination safely, but that you are safe as well. So that's super important. And if you have a union, I know some people may have mixed feelings about a union, but there are some great things that can help you out in certain situations if you need someone to talk to who knows the contract in and out, okay? I'm so grateful for that. So the union person that we talked to, they were like, you know, if you can't get in contact with anybody through the company to get a hotel, like we'll basically get a room for you. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I was really happy about that. But by the time things were just going back and forth, we were able to finally get in contact with someone from the crew scheduling, and they decided that they were just gonna deadhead us, which is basically we would go on a flight from our current destination to another destination. We're on the plane, but we do not work the flight. We sit in the customer seat. So we were booked on a flight to go from San Antonio to Jersey, and no more Denver. That was out of the question for us because we clearly weren't able to work that flight the following morning because we didn't have rest. So they, I think, delayed it even further and deadheaded in some crew members from another base to work that flight from San Antonio to Denver. Sorry if I'm like jumbled. I'm trying to like mix in the pieces in my head about like what all happened, so excuse me if it's kind of hard to follow, but hopefully you guys are understanding where this is going. I'm not sad, I'm not angry or anything. I'm just gonna be chilling, relaxing, and I'm just grateful that I'm back here, that I am safe and sound, and I'm gonna make the most out of this day, okay? And tomorrow as well. So I just want to send some positive energy your way. Thank you so very much for not only watching this video if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, but just thank you so much for your support throughout my journey on YouTube this year. And I am so grateful for you. I really am, but I think this might be the last vlog for the year because your girl is tired. We'll see if I post another one, but if this is the last one, I want to let y'all know thank you. And I hope you have a happy holiday season. Stay safe out there. Stay warm if you're in a place that's freezing like me. Sending you lots of love and light per usual. Happy holidays, and I'll see you next time. Peace.